Other Sports Podcast presented by RambleOnSports.com. It is Thursday, February 13th. I'm all bobbled up in the head because football season's over. I don't know what to do with myself, but we're here as we always are every week, and we are going to talk Super Bowl 59 recap. Did not hit on our Chiefs, but hats off to the Eagles. We'll get into that into a second. Maybe a little Super Bowl 60 odds for here's some future looking just to see what the board's looking like. And talk about college hoops slate that we've got this weekend. It's going to be an incredible slate. Some good games on Thursday and Friday to take advantage of on the betting slate as well. We got Genesis Invitational, maybe a couple other things that are in the pipe because we got to just kind of see what else is out there. We'll get into the NBA at some point. We got to shift our models from football to basketball season. So, it doesn't change, Max. You, me, Two Brothers Sports Podcast. How we doing today, man?
I'm doing all right. Still recovering from not having football anymore. I'll tell you what, that gives five big dooms. And that game, we can talk more in a sec, but that
Oh,
game to top it off just doesn't help. That man, that was not fun. Like, I don't
no.
care. That just sucked. One of the worst Super Bowls I've ever seen.
Yep.
I mean, it's unfortunate. But I'm glad Philly won. Honestly, I like a lot of their players. Just don't like their fans.
Yeah, yep. And, I think defense was just overpowering that offensive line. Mahomes was just kind of lost out there, just 2 seconds, and he's already out of the pocket, just running for his dear life. I mean, felt kind of bad for him at points. Also, to be fair, he made a couple bad throws as well. So just not a good performance on his part, on the Chiefs' part. They didn't come prepared. Hats off to the Eagles. They didn't even need Saquon, really. I mean, they Hurts was pretty flawless, and KC with like what 35, 40 yards in the first half.
He
And
was like 28.
yeah, something like that. Yeah. And then second half really just got a bunch of garbage yards, a bunch of garbage points just to hit the over. So thank you for that one. We didn't hit it on our Chiefs bet, but to be fair, Mahomes set
Oh,
what 18-4 now against the spread in the playoffs, all that good stuff. Rode it to the wheels fell off, the wheels fell off, and I'm not gonna feel too bad about it, but hats off to a very, very good defense. And Cooper DeJean, who I'll hand up. I said they were going to attack him, and that shit blew up in my face. So, yeah.
I actually know someone that bet him to have anytime touchdown. And I think he did more than 10. It wasn't 100, but it was nice. Like
Good
shit,
for him.
it's
Hey,
crazy.
at
He's
least
not
four.
even an Eagles fan.
I was gonna say at least like I think 4,000, if not more than that. I think it was like ten
It was
thousand.
plus 4,000, I think. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I saw someone put 100 to win 4,000. I was like, damn,
That's crazy. That is
that
crazy.
was online. But yeah, um, any thoughts for you? I mean, I'll say both lines for the Eagles were just, I mean, the
That's like
best you could ever ask for. It was insane. Like you said, I mean, Mahomes had no time, and then Hurts had all the time in the fucking world.
yeah.
He could just took a nap for 10 minutes. It was insane. It was just unreal. It was like mind blowing. It was crazy seeing just the Chiefs just crumble and not be able to do a single thing.
I didn't even know what to do. Like I was just like walking around, like I was like doing dishes. Like I was just like, holy shit! Like I don't even. This is ugly ass football. I don't. I'll watch the Eagles with the ball. I can't even watch the Chiefs with the ball right now. And then, fourth quarter, finally something got going, but they were done at that point. Like Eagles were celebrating on the sidelines. Which helped us out with the over. Mahomes passing that you hit there, worthy 70 receiving and rushing. So, I mean, those all hit. And
Yeah.
because of that, I had my Kansas City rushing total under hit because they couldn't run the ball to begin with. And then, being down 4 touchdowns, you got to kind of pass the ball. So helped us out in those regards. So we did all right on our props.
Yeah.
Two of three for that. Both hit the over. Kelsey got shut down a bit. That was kind of a surprise. I thought that would end up being a little bit more, but again, just good defensive preparation for the Eagles, man.
Yeah. I wonder if he's just done. I mean, I feel like you want to give it one more shot, but you won two. Well, he's won three, but you got your back to back. You didn't get this last one, but you got T Swift and you're chilling. Might as well go out for, you never know. He's getting old. He didn't look too crisp either, or hasn't even looked too crisp in the past year, this whole year. So I feel like he might call it. And then him and Jason just do their podcast and chill.
I don't blame him, man. I don't blame him one bit. I agree. I mean, you kind of see it on the wall maybe a little bit, get Kelsey leaves. Don't know what they're doing with like the Hopkins, Hollywood Brown. I mean, Worthy's going to be there for a minute. Ryan's there, so maybe they go
Yeah.
spend some money on a line. That's clearly a need. Maybe another wide receiver or something like that. They will have more money. They'll be back. I'm excited for the AFC. I mean, I think Chiefs might be moving around a couple things, and you've got the Ravens who are hungry, the Bills who are hungry, the Bengals who want to be back there with Burrow. I
Mhm.
mean, Chargers have been playing good football, so Steelers they go get Rodgers. I mean, AFC is competitive, so the Chiefs got to address those needs so that they can get back there again. A lot of stuff in there, and then the Eagles they got to resign. I think it's Zach Bond, Milton Williams. There's a couple other guys that they've got to figure out. I think on defense. I think the offense is pretty set. But Eagles should have no problem being back. They're still going to be loaded, anyways. I think Josh Sweat's the other one, who had 2 sacks. So definitely some key players are going to resign.
Brandon Tires though.
Who?
Brandon Graham.
Yeah, yeah, that'll hurt.
Right?
So
If I'm tripping, he's got to be like 34.
yeah, I think after that ring, I'm sure he probably will. And a great career for him, man. So yeah, they got to figure out some stuff. They'll probably be back. But was looking. I mean, unless you have any other kind of game recaps, I mean, wasn't like a whole lot on my plate.
No, honestly, yeah, like I said, easily top three worst Super Bowl I, I've watched.
Yeah.
And the fucking ads sucked.
Yep. Ads weren't good.
But no, what we got for next year? Because I want to hear it.
Yep. That's what I was gonna say. So I'm looking a little bit. So just for the sake of it, Philly is the leader back at plus 600. Chiefs are at plus 700 for next year. Buffalo also 700. Baltimore following at 800. Detroit at 900. So those are the first like 5 or 6. Um, I got to be honest with you. The one I really like is Baltimore at plus 800 out of that. I like the Bengals, which now I wrote down on my other sheet of paper, which I don't have. But I don't know if the Bengals defense is going to be able to him up. So give me Baltimore at plus 800 and then give me the Green Bay Packers at plus 1800. Why? Because we gave the Eagles the best game in the playoffs. I don't care what anyone says. Opening kickoff doesn't go like shit. We're talking about a different game. The defense is a couple players away, which they will probably address in the first round. Got to build the O line depth in the second, third, fourth, fifth. Get a wide receiver in free agency. I mean, I like Kraft at tight end. So I think you just build up the defensive and offensive, lines. Maybe another outside linebacker, maybe a corner. So just build your depth and get a corner and a wide receiver. That's a lot I'm asking for, but I think they're right there. And Eagles slip up or end up with some injuries, can't re-sign some guys. Who knows? So we'll see, and we'll get plenty into more NBA or NFL stuff. But anything that you're liking on that futures board?
Um, yeah. Realistically, I feel like the Bills. They've been knocking just nonstop, and I would like for them to win one, and not just because I'm wearing their colors right now. Um, but you probably didn't write it down, but the day Virginia Hollis McCaskey died, the Bears were plus 4,500, and you know what? They're gonna do it for her next year. So I think I think we run the North, and I think we just fucking we got it.
Plus four
Lions
thousand now.
fell apart. Lions lost their whole staff.
Yep, and dude, it's changed now. It's 4,000 now, so it's come
God, see?
down a good bit. It's come down a good bit.
Mm,
So, hey, something to keep an eye on. We will get into draft talk, free agency talk. So basically, next thing that's going to be the determining factor of who our teams are going to draft in April is going to be free agency in March. So we got what 2-3 weeks until the new NFL year starts. So we'll get into that.
yep.
Let's get into some golf now that we're into the golf season. We're at the Genesis Invitational that is at Torrey Pines this weekend. That is because it's going to be it was last year and will be going forward is at the Riviera course, but because of the LA fires, they have relocated it to San Diego. Torrey Pines was already played this year in the Farmers Open. So Harris English won that 4 weeks ago. So a familiar course to only a handful, not a whole lot of these guys were in this tournament. Only 7 of them were in there 4 weeks ago. So we got the guys in there. We've got our studs. We've got our Scotties, our Morikawas, the whole spiel, Max. Um, Give me maybe a pick or two that you're looking at the weekend. We're gonna get into like structure and how we do our scoring and stuff next week. But because this is coming out on a Thursday, only a handful of these are going to be available. Anyone who listens before 12:30 should be able to get some value. So, Max, give me some picks, brother.
I've only got two, so I'll just ramp them off before you get into yours. I haven't done as much research, but these are just two name brand guys that you can't go against, especially for me. Um, Last week at the Waste Management live bet Justin Thomas top 10 Sunday morning. I think he was T like 15 going into it. Slowly climb, drop, climb, climb. Eagle fucking roll back into the hole from probably I think it was like 120 or out or like 130. It was just absolutely beautiful. I went ape shit. So I'm gonna go back to him. He's at plus 140 for top 10. Um, I think he just comes off that high. I mean, if I did that, I would just be fucking just feeling good. And I think that bumped him to top five even. I think he was T4 to end. Um, so
He was a guy who had a little bit of a streaky year last year, and I like him. I agree with everything you said. I'm probably gonna be, and I'm already seeing a theme on your end, but also will be a guy just that we might be saying a lot of coming this season. I think he's going to be a good play, good value. He's not going to be like top 10 of those guys. Some of those tournaments he might, some won't. We get him at plus 140 T10. Love that. So I really like that. Give me your second pick there.
this guy T10 also was a little tempting, but give me Ludwig in honor of Sean not being able to join us. Give me Ludwig top 20 at minus 120. I
I
think this was gorgeous. I think this is gonna be his year. I don't know. I just have that feeling. He was
too.
always knocking. Not saying he's gonna like dominate, but I think he's gonna win a few, stay above because he would always knock and then slowly drop on Sunday. And Yeah, I like it a lot.
That was I wrote
20
down.
for a top 20. Come on. But
Nope.
you can pull up his stats from last year. There's probably like three that he didn't do top 20 out of however many he played in.
I love it because that was one that I wrote down as well. And I'm glad you brought that up because that is a steal of a value right now, early in the season. And he is one of those guys that we're going to be able to take advantage of a little bit of value because 6 weeks from now, he will probably be in the minus 185 range for something like that, to be honest with you.
Oh,
So
yeah.
let's get on to that while we can. And so what I'll combat that with, I agree with the Ludwig completely. The other T20 I wrote down, Tony Finau. I think he's going to be solid in the tournament. I don't think he's going to have any crazy days. He's going to be in that like 3 to 4 under range, which he'll steadily be in kind of that top 10 ish range. Think he's just going to be able to have a solid Sunday and not really keep himself from getting out of that T20 range. That's at plus 115. And then Max, just for the sake of it, my guy, Aaron Rye, T30 plus 125. I think
Yeah.
he's going to have a great year. I got to do it in honor of him. And then let's see. Two other ones I like. Let's see. Yeah, let's go with this one. My first round leader, Hideki. He's always due for like a very like big like 8 under on Thursday. Whether he holds on or not, that's okay. It's at plus 2,800. He's probably the sixth or seventh odds getter in that market. Plus 2,800. I love it. You know, I love a first round leader. I'm always close. And also T10 in that range for Hideki is plus 280 on that first round. So if you have noticed that if you usually get a T10 on something I do first round leader, I think I was pretty decent in those percentages. So we're going to go with that. Lastly, Max, give me Colin Morikawa. He's playing great golf right now, leader in strokes gained on the tour. Only been a few weeks. I think he's also going to be another guy who's going to pop off. And yeah, we are just taking a bunch of young guys who are due. But yeah, give me Morikawa plus 1,600.
Yeah, I like that. And I like Hideki. I think that's a good one.
I mean, those guys are just so solid. And until we start getting more of our trends, I'm going to just try and find guys that are consistent over the last 3 or 4 years and that we can trust to do well early on.
Ooh. You know who I just thought of, and a guy that I started trending
Give it to me.
towards the end of last year. I started trending towards. Ooh, where is he? Oh, top 20 Postman
Ooh, JT.
played well last week. I mean T16. So, but I know he was kind of up and down. Actually, not really. 69, 67, 68, 69. So he's stayed in that minus 11 to 9 range. Um, yeah, I like that a lot. I think he kept getting better and better each week, or each tournament last year, and he's got my eye.
And what were those odds again? Sorry. That's right.
I mean, his T20 is um, plus 170. I don't know why. I always do this. I'm like, I can't find the 30
Got it.
or 40, you know?
Like the top finish, I think.
That's right. Yep. I always do that. His 30 minus 105 for
Yeah,
JT Poston. If no one knows who I mean by Postman, JT Poston,
I like that a lot, dude. Shit.
right?
Yep.
That 30 will help for like, yeah, like if he gets a T25 or a T21, because that always fucks you. But yeah, so T30 at minus 105 for JT Poston.
All right. All right. I dig it. I dig it.
So might if my hockey bet hit tonight, then definitely betting that.
Okay. Anything you like in that regard? Is there any games on Thursday or Friday that you looked at? It's a good set.
Um, Yeah, let me pull it up real quick. So yeah, we got Canada. This is 7:57 currently, and we got Canada and Sweden about to play. So that
Let's
any
back up real quick for the people. So what's the tournament? We got four
oh
nations.
yeah, yeah.
Also, let me know because I really don't know. Is this just like an invitational, like a Euros, but like not European, or what is this? Like a off year thing, or I don't even
Yeah,
know.
kind of just like because I because All-Star break is coming up. So I think they're just taking this time. Yeah, it's almost like almost champ not even. I don't know what caused. I think the fact that they picked only these four teams. I'm sure Russia has that dilemma, all that dilemma and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But um I mean Finland, USA, and Sweden and Canada all kind of are the majority outside of Russia that take up the NHL. It's
Yeah.
kind of just like I don't know. I don't know the depths of that. But yeah, so we got four teams. It's called the Four Nations Tournament. Um, like I said, Sweden, Canada, Finland, USA. Just pick it. They almost like Olympic type style. People can decline and whatnot. Uh, they have captains. I think it's Matthews and Sydney is hurt. I'm not 100% sure he's playing for
Okay.
Canada.
I was gonna ask that. I know that was like game time or close.
Yeah, let me just pull it up on my fucking computer instead of trying to look at it. Um, yeah, fuck me, I'm stupid. Um, yeah, we got Matthews as our captain, and then it is looks like Sweden. I think that's um. Oh, here it is. Jesus, Alexander Barkov, captain for Finland, and Sweden. Yeah, Hedman. That's what I was thinking of. Um,
Okay.
honestly, like there's some good ass teams. Sweden. Yeah, Leo Carlson, Jesper Bratt, Arvidsson, uh, Philip Forsberg is nice. Um, so it's not like super big stars, like Aho's on Finland. We got my ass in my fucking mouth. Um, like Eichel, Jack Hughes, Austin Matthews, obviously, he's our captain. We got the Kachuk brothers. So I think our team's the best, and I like our odds a lot. They are, sorry, I'm just not prepared for this.
No, you're good. You're good, dude. It's all. I was just wondering what the hell.
Go to team.
Season tournament. I don't know. That's
So we're
crazy.
plus 150, Canada's plus 150, Sweden plus 450, Finland plus 1,000. Which, if you're a betting man, might as well. Finland um, plus 1,000 is actually kind of crazy. They should probably be 650, if anything.
Okay.
They were able to sneak bronze back in what was the last Olympics? I don't know. They beat us in the bronze game not too long ago. Like they're a sneaky good team, young. So, like, I'm taking this from my buddy Dylan's words pretty much. He's a big hockey guy. Um, yeah, it's pretty much, yeah, why not take plus 1,000? But
So
realistically, I think we have the best team and might as well. I mean, repping it right now. We got the Miracle on Ice jersey right here. No name on the back, but yeah.
I like it. I
It'll
like.
be fun, dude. I think it would be cool. This game about to puck drop now, but
You can say Canada, USA money line right now. I like the. I like the Finland play though. Why not?
right?
Top goal scorer. Let's see, McDavid plus 1,000 just in case.
Yeah, for sure.
Top point
Matthew.
scorer plus 650, not goal scorer, point scorer plus 650.
I like who's this? Who else is there for points? Because I think McKinnon could be a sneaky guy, or even like Matthews could just get a bunch of assists and shit.
Plus 1,800 for Matthew, plus 800 for McKinnon.
Yeah, I think
Yeah. I
McKinnon
have
would be a good one. I said McKinney at first, didn't I?
no, I think he said McKinnon.
Okay.
Yep. No, those are the next two. So I like that. And then just I was gonna say I wish you could do like MVP. I would just do Kachuk just
Yeah.
because he might not even get all the points or anything, but for shits. Okay, I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Uh
It'll be fun. It's gonna be hard to bet. I think it is very well matched up. I think everyone has great players, obviously. I mean, they wouldn't be on the team if not. Um, but yeah, I think it'll be fun. It's just kind of it's cool, just like a random in season national tournament, you know.
no, why not, dude?
Hope it goes well. Hope they get the views. So everyone tune in, you know. We got to make sure that this happens again because they tried doing something not too long ago, like something similar where I think it was like 6 or 8 teams, and I
Okay.
just didn't go well, and they didn't stream it. Well, they didn't like put it on great cable networks. So, but this is on TNT.
Okay. Okay. I like it. I
Yeah.
like it. Before we get into the college hoops slate this weekend, anything else that you're betting that might not be college hoops? I know
Excuse me, burped. Yeah,
NASCAR, some EPLs back.
EPO is back. Yeah, NASCAR real quick. You know, Daytona kicks it all off. We're back for those that like a little Sunday. Well, now this NASCAR can be your Sundays. Football's gone, and do some NASCAR, drink some beer, watch some NASCAR, and give me Denny Hamlin. I mean, he's the favorite, but he's also the Richmond boy, more so Chesterfield, which is where we are from.
Yep.
Um, plus 900, or you could even get his top five finish for plus 115. Um, but Chase Elliott isn't a bad one. You know, Logano always fucking creeps in there.
No, I like
It's just some, you know, I'm not going to go in depth because I don't know that much. So just think about it or don't think about it and pick a name. It's like horse racing.
Yep. Yep.
Don't go too far down because then you're actually getting out of, you know,
It's just fun.
based on who has the best team, you know, pit crew, you know, fucking all that shit. So definitely
Okay.
just stay within the top 10 and pick your winner.
Okay. Okay. Any footy? I'm eyeing a Chelsea plus 125 on Friday at Brighton. I like that value just because it's
Yeah.
maybe
Wait,
a
you have them 115?
plus 125.
Why did I hear 115? Yeah. 125 I like. Keep going. We have oh yeah, West Ham. I don't hate the bees, of course, but trying to see if there's like oh, I mean Man City, Newcastle. Give me fucking Newcastle, honestly. Like
Yeah,
Newcastle win or draw. It's fuck City, and they've been playing like Dookie.
I am checking that over right now.
Got it right. Newcastle tie minus 110. Newcastle's been wrong, dude. Isaac fucking what?
Draw draw no bets plus 180. I don't
Oh,
hate that.
okay. Okay.
Or yeah, draw no bets plus 180. Yeah.
Okay. I actually kind of like that.
Over 3.5 is plus 105.
I was
Uh,
gonna say 2-2, which is crazy. And then you said that. So we could just rip all of these.
yeah.
Tie 2-2, exact score, and then over 3.5.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be right off the bat too. I mean, dude,
Mhm.
1.5 goals in the first half is plus 105. I'm writing that one down for later. Just
Yeah.
a 1-1 first half.
Be it icicle early, and then it'll be a
You
Holland
can.
goal towards the end of the first.
Yep, exactly, like a PK or some shit.
Yeah. God, we're so good at this. It's gonna happen. We're just
So easy. It's so easy when
it's so easy, dude.
I love it. I love it. Okay. Well, other than that, I have college hoops and I've got a few things. So are you good to
Yeah.
jump in?
Rock and roll.
All right. So for starters, for what we can bet on that people can bet on when they listen to this on Thursday, there is two games I'm eyeing for Thursday night. One is Nebraska money line minus 130 hosting Maryland. Nebraska's been pretty solid at home. I am loving this little unranked versus ranked, but at home trend. I've been watching K-State beat Arizona the other night. We're seeing Clemson beat Duke. We're seeing all these different ranked teams going into a kind of hostile environment. But these unranked teams, there's a lot of teams in that like 26 to like 40 range that are good enough to beat these top 15 teams. I mean, yeah, like you've got your Dukes and Auburn and Alabama are both all great teams, but those guys, point proven with Auburn, beaten by Florida last week, they can be beaten by anyone. So I do like Nebraska still with that value at home. Maryland's really, really good at home, not so good on the road. So give me Nebraska money line there. And then South Florida, one of the worst teams against the spread. And I'm going to get into it here in a sec before we get into the weekend matchups. But South Florida, one of the worst teams at covering the spread so far this season, covering 30% of their games. They are hosting Memphis, 20-4 Memphis, Penny in the squad. They've been rolling. I like what they've been doing recently. So -7.5. Give me that one as well. So that's both those on Thursday. And then Friday, only one game right now. There's no odds, but I like UCLA at Indiana. So watch those odds come out. If I'd say UCLA is anywhere -4.5 or better, I would play it. But once you get in that 5-7 range, it just gets unpredictable with being at home, getting some bullshit calls at the end, and just kind of shooting free throws and getting back into garbage points. So give me that one.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my three like before Saturday plays because we've got a
Okay.
lot of games on Saturday, so we can get into that. But any quick thoughts on those?
No. Sorry, I'm just trying to like catch up. No, I think yeah, I wouldn't really. There's a bunch of other games that I wouldn't really touch or know about. So yeah, I think Memphis, I bet on them 2 games ago, I think. Not that it really matters, but yeah, they were like tied and it was like -120 and then bet it and then they won by like 15. Very nice. Um, yeah, no, sorry. I've been shitty on college basketball,
Okay. Well, then how about this next?
especially because fucking shit ass W recently.
All right. Well, then let me do a quick little run through for you. How about this? Why don't you take some notes, sit back. Uh, what I did was I went to check who are the best, against the spread teams, who are the worst, who are our over teams, and who are our under teams. Now, always with trends, they can level out, but right now these teams are trending in these directions. So this is how I'll do it. In terms of all who's good, who's not, we're a betting podcast, so we're just going to get into that. Best teams against the spread, Max. Florida, they cover 70% of their games, as well as Oregon State. Wisconsin and St. John's both cover 66% of their games. Creighton is also a good team. And then we've also got Auburn, Iowa State, and A&M. Lot of, Power Fives. There's a ton of other smaller school teams. I'm not going to get into that because I don't really care, but those are like your top like 8 covering teams. Notice
When
it.
real quick, can you hear me typing? Did you hear me typing at all?
Yeah.
when you okay, checking.
Yep. Can also
And then
send.
did you see Dan Hurley dude put up 2 rings to Creighton yesterday?
Yep. I know. I know. And so that was one where I was actually laughing because I was like, I had to double check because I was like, I feel like every time I bet them, they don't cover. So it must be the other way around. But yeah. So
Real, I agree with that.
yep. In terms of teams that are very bad at covering, quite a few ACC teams. UNC covering 29% of their games. South Florida, like I mentioned, 30%. Miami, BC, both 35%, as well as NC State. Minnesota is another one at 32%. And then one that actually surprised me is Gonzaga, who covers only 36% of their games. So not the normal Gonzaga we're seeing, but that's kind of just like your top power five teams against the spread, top five lower teams against the spread. Miami has been absolutely abysmal. And I know that because I read a stat that they haven't covered in like 6 of the last 7 games. Um,
Well,
see.
who is their coach?
It was Larinaga, but I think he
Right,
stepped.
and then he walked away. He was like, "This fuck the transfer portal or fuck NAL and transfer portal." Yeah,
Yeah. And UNC being the number one team was not something I expected to see.
yeah, I think,
Yeah,
yeah.
you got
I mean, they
Clemson.
had all those guys for 4 years, and I don't know. Dad was talking about it, and he was just like, "Why?" He literally was just like, "Why are they so bad right now?" He's like, "Is it Hubert?" And I don't think it's Hubert. I think Hubert as well. I think he's a good coach, and people want to play for him. But it's like, why wouldn't you? Like, it's the staple. Like, it's Michael Jordan. It's why wouldn't you want to play there?
Just not getting the most out of
Basically,
the
he
guys.
just
I don't know.
is Jordan just not pumping money? He should be just pumping money into there.
I don't think that's the problem.
You don't think money's the problem?
Not at UNC.
Is it Hubert?
It could be. It could
We
be.
can't, dude. Like,
I
we
know
can't
that's the
do
problem.
bad at basketball. That's just not right.
I know. I know. And they're pretty young, so maybe they'll come around. We'll see. I don't know. I thought that was interesting. In terms of teams who like the over, Northwestern, 76% of their games go over. Miami, 65% of their games go over. So not only do they stink at covering, they
I just get shit on.
so Miami, in terms of our little quadrant, it's in terms of like the four what teams. Miami is a team we love to bet because they can't cover and high score, and so we fade
Yeah.
them at the over. So that's one team.
Okay.
One team I was also surprised because I feel like I'm used to defense, defense, defense when they had Jay Wright as their head coach. Villanova also 67% of their games are over. And then Eric Musselman over at USC, Southern Cal, 75% of his games go over. So those are the top like over teams. I like Musselman. He always was like a run and tough kind of run and gun. So I like that a lot. So just a couple teams to keep in mind.
Yeah, I know. I keep forgetting that he's over there now, and I keep forgetting Cal's at Arkansas.
Yeah.
Like, what is this world?
Well, and what's funny is when I'm looking at the top 5 under teams, it is
Mhm.
4 Big 12 teams and 1 SEC team. That one SEC team is Georgia, under 68% of games. Number 4, West Virginia. Look at that little background. 70% of their games go under.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
see some
TCU
low one.
at 74%, Cincy at 75%, as well as Kansas at 75%. So big under teams. When I hear those teams, Kansas, Bill Self, Cincy is always a tough team. West Virginia, a tough defensive team. TCU with Jamie Dixon and his teams. And then Georgia, I cannot for the life of me remember who the coach is for Georgia right now. Uh,
Dude, I was just trying to remember that this whole time too.
but that
You said
makes
Georgia, and I was like, So
All traditionally tough defensive programs, so not a huge surprise. So what we know is what we know.
Mike White.
Mike White. Oh, okay. From was that Mike White from Florida? I think.
Well, they said, yeah, Mike White, 15 to 22. I guess he took a little break. Or, oh yeah, no, sorry, I'm stupid. Yeah, and then Georgia from 22 to now.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I like that. So yeah, just some trends to keep an eye on. But Max, we got
Yes.
this weekend, man. Really good slate. We've got four matchups that are both teams in the top 25, and then we've got a handful of other good matchups. How do you want to go about this weekend preview?
I'm just gonna let you rock and roll with it. I'm looking at it all now, and um,
Okay.
yeah, like you run the floor.
Okay. I will. I will. I'm gonna save Auburn, Alabama for last. Because that's a 1-2 matchup. You don't get that often, especially in the SEC, especially the Iron Bowl with Auburn, Alabama. So we'll save that one for last. What I will do, Max, is I'm going to start with we're going to start with all the other games, and then we're going to get into the four ranked matchups. And I'm just going to go off games that I don't have the odds in front. So just teams that I like and games I'm looking forward to. Michigan at Illinois. Illinois, every time I watch their games, they are always just overpowered with orange and navy. Every time I watch their home games, the crowd is going crazy. It's hard to see what's going on because there's so much damn orange. And Michigan State due for a road loss here. Number 11, unranked, hosting ranked. Already talked about it. It's just Sam mental math play right now. We're still testing the theory, so everyone keep that in mind. Can't promise Illinois they shouldn't be favorites. If they are, it's going to be close. If it's close, just take the money line. If anything, on the dog, take some points. I like
Yeah.
that. Team that I'm just going to be hammering until they don't is Clemson. They're rolling right now. Beat the hell out of UNC. They beat Duke. They've beaten everyone. They're looking good, and they're going to Florida State, who's a good program, but I think they're still going to be getting 5 to 7 points. I don't think it matters. They're just playing good goddamn basketball right now. Go.
Yeah, Florida State's 5-7 in the ACC, while Clemson's 12-2.
Yep. No, I know. I don't even
Well,
care.
that's what I mean. That's like to your point. Like, yeah, Florida State's good, but seems like they can't get those in conference wins.
Yep. Yep. So yeah, Clemson's rolling. A team I was surprised is not good at covering this year's Arkansas, even though they had a nice win against Kentucky. They are not a good covering team, but I like A&M right now. I think Buzz Williams has them playing good fucking basketball. Their stadium, I don't know their basketball stadium name off the top of my head. It's no Kyle Field for football, but it is going to be rocking. They are excited about basketball in College Station. So expect that to be a good game. You
Yeah,
got Calipari there, a lot of shit to be talked from the student section. I think they're going to be rocking and rolling.
absolutely.
Speaking of other Texas programs hosting other good teams, Texas hosting Kentucky in a potential bounce back after Kentucky is just high and mighty after a really good Tennessee win at home. They go to Austin. I like that in a potential trap game. I don't know what the spread's going to be. I think anywhere that Texas is underdog, I think you take the points or the money line. If it gets down to like plus 3.5. I'm still taking that plus 1.5, even that. I will probably take the money line there just for fun. Interested to see where Vegas brings that one.
That's still not Beard, right? Didn't they bring him back?
Oh, Beards at Ole Miss.
Oh, someone brought it back after that. Yeah, that's crazy. Um, nice. Okay, yeah. Sorry, keep going.
Oh, you're good. Other non-ranked games, St. Mary's just late night if you're up at 10 p.m. hosting Wazoo, Washington State, Pac-12 second member with Oregon State or whatever the hell they consider themselves for basketball. I like St. Mary's. Lost a couple guys. They lost Mahaney over to UConn in the transfer last year, but I like St. Mary's. They're playing good ball. Been looking good as of recent. So in terms of like non-ranked games or ranked versus unranked games, those are the ones I'm looking at on Saturday.
Nice. I like it.
Let's see. In terms of ranking. Oh, another one unranked. Didn't know if you saw West Virginia going to Baylor. Should be a great game. I think that's at 2 o'clock. So that's going to be a good one.
ESPN two as well.
On TV. Baylor's been playing decent. They did lose recently. West Virginia, they lost to BYU, right? What's that?
We have lost 7 of our last 10.
Yeah, but
So yeah, BYU lost, Utah dub.
so between
Yeah,
them,
I don't know. Ever since that Iowa State win, we have not been good.
as is Baylor pretty desperate for some wins here too. They've had a couple rough games, so
I think it'll be a fun game. I bet that's very close. I bet it's a Baylor minus 2.5.
right. And take a little West Virginia dog. Why not? See what we can do there.
Absolutely. Love it.
What? Let's see. The top four ranked games. We've got the Egg Bowl, which is Ole Miss hosting Mississippi State. I just like the over in that game. I think it's gonna be a fun game. Josh Hubbard for Mississippi State's a great watch. Good two guard, swing guard. He can do a lot of different things, averaging like 18 a game. And then you got tech transfer Sean Padula, who is just chucking threes. Little white dude with a headband, just hilarious to watch. Run around in the SEC. Very different from tech basketball over there. So I think that's just gonna be a fun game to watch. Interested to see where the over is. Ironically, neither team are big against big over teams, but I think it's just the rivalry, the ampness. I think there's going to be a lot of scoring, and Hubbard and Padula are just going to absolutely duel.
Yeah, I think Michigan getting beat up by Florida last game too. Or Jesus Christ, Mississippi State getting beat up by Florida. I was looking at Michigan State. Them getting beat up by Florida last game. I think they come out a little chip on their shoulder, try to prove something. Yeah, but I think SEC is crazy this year, dude. Absolutely insane.
Dude, they've got like 5 of the top 8, like 12 of the top 14. Like they're ridiculous. And I love it, man. I love it. It's weird.
Yeah,
Big Ten was probably the better football conference this year, and now SEC is like, no, all right, we're gonna at least take basketball and have that.
yep.
All right. Let's see. The next one on the list, Zona hosting Houston. Both teams been playing real well. Arizona just lost to K-State at K-State. It seems that whoever goes into Manhattan, Kansas, and plays in the octagon gets gobbled up. It doesn't matter what team it is. Kansas got gobbled up. Zona got gobbled up. That just seems to be the theme. So that's just one we're going to keep. And, tuck this guy like back behind your ear, make sure it's close enough so you can feel it, grab it at any moment. Because you will see K-State on the board and wonder why they're only 4.5 point dogs hosting Iowa State, who's number 3 in the country. Doesn't fucking matter. Just don't even question it. Anyway, matter. That's just K-State. But we've got a really tough Houston team with Sampson leading at the helm of that, tough, just in your face, 59.7 points per game on the defense up front. And then Arizona also holding their own at 69.8 points per game on defense. So I like the under there. Caleb Love should have some struggles against Houston. And I like the first half under potentially there.
We're going to see a bunch of Jimmer range Caleb Love shots, dude.
Yep, they're going to live or die by him.
Yeah, it's crazy. But, dude, while we're here, this Houston team actually is like legit as fuck this year.
LJ Cryer's a beast. Juwan Roberts is a beast.
Yeah, it actually insane. And I know he got banged up Jesus. He got banged up against WB. Where are you, Mr. What? Not LJ.
Was it LJ Cryer?
No, it's not. And I thought it's not McFarland. I don't know. There's one guy. Oh, Uzan.
Yep. Yep.
He's been balling. He's nice. But yeah, dude, I think they've been very dominant. I know they lost to Auburn beginning of the year, but they are fucking good.
Yep. I
I like
can't.
them run
I,
run to the Final Four.
yep. I like Houston a lot as well. Hopefully, we're not getting too many points, but I completely agree. The second to last game that I want to talk about before, and this is the last one before Auburn, Alabama, Wisconsin at Purdue. Purdue just dropped one to Michigan. Wisconsin's been playing pretty good ball, but I really like Purdue, and they are so fucking good at home. There's 60% against the spread on the season. I like the way that Braden Smith's been playing. They've got a good, solid squad. Very, very good at home. So I'm going to like them to cover Wisconsin, not touching that over under. Could be low scoring, could be high scoring, but yeah, I like Purdue there.
Yeah, I agree. It sucks, dude. I swear, Wisconsin every fucking year will be able to like float in the ranking, not go really past 15, get a 5 seed, and we'll lose to that 12.
Dude,
It's
it's crazy.
it, it's crazy. It really is. But yeah, no, I think Purdue can get that done.
Sweet. Last one. Auburn, number one, at Alabama, number two. Spears balling, Janai Broom balling. Each of them could be player of the year. Got to be a shootout, right?
Has to be, dude.
Has to be.
There's no way it's going to be like a 65-63 game, you know. I'm seeing good old high 80s. But I mean, you know what? I can probably look on Sportsline. I haven't even thought about that the whole time. But I bet it is going to be set pretty high. Probably 155. I don't know.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Never stop pulling up Sportsline. Oh, I can't. I can't go past Thursday. So yeah. Um, I think it's yeah, I hope it is. I hope they're just fucking rolling, like you said. I mean, Broom and Sears going ham, excuse me. Um, looks like Auburn's got a 52.4% chance, according to ESPN's matchup predictor. That's about the best we can get. They even got game time weather. Look at that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I was gonna say I kind of lean Auburn. I might just play the over and just enjoy that one. That one's a tough one for me to be like, yeah, but
Yeah, it's gonna be a great game. I bet there's definitely gonna be some tension. It'll be
oh,
fun.
yep, yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm excited. Should be a good slate. We'll get more into picks and stuff if if Saturday rolls around and we got time to before noon to just
Or
post
like even like yeah,
like
like Friday night.
yeah. If we have anything either Friday night or Saturday morning, we'll post a little graphic or something just to capitalize on some of the odds, make sure that we like those, and then the ones we do like, we'll make sure to post. We'll get golf on a better schedule going forward, but yeah, I think we're in good shape. Good
Yeah.
little we got a lot of still a lot of good sports here, even though football's gone. So we will make sure we make do. But I think
Yeah. I'll have more UFC coming up too. We're getting back into it.
I like it. I like it. I just locked in my Hideki end of first round leader, ready to roll. Good luck everyone this weekend. Max, have a great weekend. I gotta hit the golf simulator, get ready for a golf weekend in Tampa in 2 weeks. So
You
get the
want this? I got the rug right here.
I'm gonna need to. I already got a golf simulator booked on Saturday at 4 p.m. for the Auburn Bama game. If you're around, you want to come with?
Okay. Yeah. Keep me posted.
Yeah, X Golf. So shout out X Golf. But yeah, let's have a good weekend, dude. I will see you soon. Thanks everyone for listening.
Thanks, guys.